Welcome to Fitzdog Radio. My guest today is the lovely and talented Brad Williams. Yeah, very excited to have Brad on. I think I had him on once before, but he's a treasure, national treasure. As am I. How are you? How's it going, everybody? My car just got hit, but they left a note. Isn't that nice? They left a fucking note on the windshield of my car saying, I'm very sorry I accidentally clipped your driver's side front bumper causing damage. I live here in Venice. Name, number, and on the back of the note is the insurance information. So how about that? How about that for my lucky day? That's very sweet of them. And so I Googled their name, and it turns out they own, like, one of the coolest restaurants on the West Side. So I guess they've got the money, and I'm going to be very gentle on them. I'm going to try to make it as easy for them as possible to thank them for their generosity, their honesty, their integrity. There are people that sometimes will hit your car and then they'll write a note because there's people watching, but then the note says, I just hit your car, but I'm not telling you who I am. And then they put it under the windshield and they drive off. But this person, God bless them. Maybe I'll just go to their restaurant and be like, how about I eat here for a month? You don't have to fix my fender. I'll just eat here for a month. How about that? Anyway, so I had a good weekend, hung with the wife a lot. I really enjoy my wife. She's just a good person. She's a good friend. We just hung out all weekend. Smoked some pot, watched some movies, took a long walk, went out to dinner, bought new phones together, made love. It was a great weekend. Didn't need anybody else. I'm off the road, just enjoying each other. Shout out to Joe Rogan's new club is opened up, or it's open this week in Austin, Texas. It's called The Mothership. If you're in the Austin area, he certainly doesn't need me to promote it, but I know there's some good people are going there. I don't know when the official opening is, but this is the soft opening. So can't wait to make it there myself. Had a weird week. Thursday, I went to the doctor, and he stuck his finger up my ass pretty far. And if you're a man in your 50s, you understand that this is just where you're at. This is what happens. You accept it. But he did it pretty aggressively. And I was very sad for like 2 days afterwards. And it really made me think, like, was I molested as a kid? Why am I sad after a prostate exam? Should I go to therapy? I mean, I go to therapy. Should I bring it up? Should I bring this up in my therapy session? I don't know. It might take some... Can you imagine a 56 suddenly realizing that I'd been diddled or had my ass poked or something when I was a kid? I mean, that would just be so anticlimactic, because if you find that shit out in your 20s or your 30s, you can kind of get people's sympathy and they'll support you, and you get to support groups. But at my age, to suddenly go, hey, I just remembered. But how else do you describe a deep 48-hour depression after getting fingered in the bunghole? What could that be? Could it just be the intrusion? Could it just be a natural physiological response to an intrusion? Maybe if it was a woman, it wouldn't have bothered me as much. Maybe I'm homophobic. I don't think so. But the thing is, this happens every year. Every year, he puts his finger in my ass, he wiggles it around, and then I get sad for 2 days. And I don't know what that means. I don't know what to make of it. But what's funny is that the average normal human being would experience this and never tell another human. I go on my podcast and talk about it. That's what's wrong with me. So Who knows? Anybody else experiences? Write me, fitzdog@gmail.com. Have you experienced this this sensation? Look at me, I'm shifting around in my seat. I mean, it didn't hurt. It's what's very weird is you can actually make a man ejaculate by pushing on the prostate a certain way. And while he was doing it, I started to feel that. I started to feel like I actually looked down between my legs because I thought I might have ejaculated a little bit. And that's intense. Ladies, I don't think this happens to you when you're getting the cervix checked, right? Unless you're a gymnast, then maybe. All right, anyway, so somebody just asked me to go to a fucking car race with them. I went to that Daytona 500 with Bert Kreischer, and I had a blast, but I think I'm a one and done on the car races. You know, there's just a lot of people taking selfies. It's very white. It is the whitest sporting event. Besides golf, it's got to be the whitest sporting event I've ever seen. There was a lot of drunks, and I made a joke that the crowds, the stands looked empty, but then I just realized it's because everybody's wearing camouflage. So... plus, I live in L.A. I spend my life in my car trying to edge people out and speed past people and hurry up and get there. I don't need to watch other people do it. Like, I'm so sick of driving. The last thing I want to do is watch other people drive. And I would imagine that there are a lot of tickets given out when people leave the parking lot because you've just spent 4 hours watching people drive like fucking maniacs. And I would guess people not only are intoxicated, but they're a little amped up. They're driving a little bit aggressive. They're not using turn signals. It would be a great place for cops to line up and just make their quota for the month. All right, listen, I had a long interview with Brad, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking. I just wanted to get the prostate thing out there into the world. And then read a couple of notes. Maria says you probably won't remember this at all, but at some point you had to talk your way out of it. I used to do a segment called Talk Your Way Out of It, and I would give the guest an uncomfortable, awkward situation they were stuck in, and then they had to talk their way out of it. It was a very funny idea, and I think I'm going to start doing it again. So I did it with David Koechner, where he went into a public restroom after Penny Marshall, and she had left it really dirty and stinky for Dave. But then he went in quickly to pee, and when he left, the smell was still in there, and the next person thought it was Dave rather than Penny Marshall. My husband and I have been talking about this for 10 years. In any case, I wanted to share that I was just Penny Marshalled. One of my students went in after me. At least I can laugh at the thought of you talking me out of it. So I guess... yeah, if somebody stinks up the bathroom and then you go in next, like maybe at a dinner party, there's nothing you can do. Now that's your stink. That baton has been passed to you. And what are you going to do? You're going to rat out the person ahead of you? You're going to come out and literally look somebody in the eye and go, by the way, that smells not me, it was Judy. Just so you know. You can't. You got to take it. Then there was Michael Harrison said, I started to see comedy this year with a girl I met. It's a perfect date night. I've seen Theo, Kevin Hart, Bill Burr. Damn, this guy's spending a lot on his tickets. Other local people. And so anyway, bought a ticket to see Bert's show in Savannah. And who walks out on stage unannounced? The one and only Grapefruit Simmons. Loved the set. I was making people around me uncomfortable from laughing so hard. Wheeze levels. And then Dave Barrett. Okay, so let's do some overheards. Here we go. Overheard. Dave Barrett says he overheard in an ER between two police officers. Male says, I've never worked with anyone so slow. He just doesn't work. Female goes, he's really smart, though. Male goes, with bomb stuff? How often do you need that? Like, cut the green wire stuff? Yeah, that's what you need. You need that guy. You want to be that guy? That's the thing is if you're the bomb guy, you may not be working overtime very often. You're probably sitting around a lot, not doing much. But when it's bomb time, you're the guy. And that's a high octane. Did anybody see the Hurt Locker? I mean, that's for adrenaline junkies. We used to light off fireworks, and this kid I know lit off an M80, and he blew off his finger. This kid I used to park cars with. Jesus. Overheard at Costco. Is that real cheese or processed cheese? Real cheese. Oh, no. Oh, no. How bad is your lactose intolerance, lady? Mark Gustafson. Recently, I moved from the Midwest to Arizona. A woman at the dog park today told me that, quote, those Chinese always doing everything they can to kill every last one of us. The context was she was telling me about these American-made dog treats she gives her dog. Didn't want any of that Chinese crap. Well, good luck with that. Literally everything you buy is from China. Everything. By the way, Jon Stewart came out this week, or I guess he came out a while ago, and said that he believes that the coronavirus came from a Chinese lab and it leaked from the lab. And it makes a lot of sense. And it really was an exercise in, because he got so much shit from the left. And it is just such an example of like, can somebody have one idea that falls outside of the party doctrine? Can you step outside of the party line with anything? He got so much shit because he's a liberal. He's not allowed to say that. He can say that. He backs it up with some pretty good ideas and some funny lines. So So that's from China. This is from Meep Zork. That's his name, or her name, or their name. Girlfriends on the VIP patio at a golf event in the Pacific Palisades. Quote, I can smell the salad. The other one goes, I know, right? Wow, you know you got an eating disorder when you can smell the salad. That's when you're really depriving yourself. That is a refined palate on these two bulimics. Don't forget, folks, the Grapefruit Simmons t-shirts are available at Fitzdog.com. Get yours now. Father's Day's coming up. St. Patrick's Day's coming up. Mother's Day's coming up. Get those t-shirts in all sizes. Also coming to see you, folks, Philadelphia. I'll be at Helium Comedy Club March 9th through the 11th. In Los Angeles at the Hollywood Improv, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day show with Gibbons and Gubbins and the gang. St. Louis at the Grandel Theater, April 1st. Connecticut, Mohegan Sun Casino, April 13th through the 15th. Oxnard, Levity Live, April 22nd. Escondido, which is around San Diego, Grand Comedy Club, April 28th and 29th. Also coming to Columbia, Missouri, Kansas City, and Boston. Go to Fitzdog.com. Get your tickets now. Also, I want to tell you something. Fitzdog Radio is sponsored by BetterHelp. They are my favorite sponsor because they have brought me my own personal mental health. Because here's the thing about therapy. You don't necessarily need it your entire life. But we all go through transitions. We all go through, hopefully, you're peeling back layers and discovering things about yourself. And as you do that, you can use some support. I may want to find out what just happened with my doctor. Who knows? That may open up something big. Or it could just be you're looking for a new job. It could be you just got divorced. Could be you got a teenager who's acting fucking crazy and you need support. So BetterHelp is a way to connect with a licensed therapist that can take that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. So I've been with BetterHelp since the pandemic. They've helped me through a lot of stuff. I found a great therapist straight out of the gate. If you don't find somebody right out of the gate, you go ahead and you switch. No harm, no foul, no extra charge. They want you to be happy with the person that you get. You'll be matched with them. You fill out like a little form, and then they find somebody who's got the skill set that matches what you need, and that's why it does work out most times without having to switch. So give it a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. And if you're thinking about starting therapy, I just highly recommend it. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Fitzdog today. Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Fitzdog. Okay, good luck with that. I know it will be good for you. My guest today, you know him from Legit. He was on Dave Attell's Comedy Underground, Live at Gotham, The Tonight Show, Jimmy Kimmel. Used to do Mind of Mencia a lot. His 1 hour stand-up special, Fun Size, was the highest rated comedy special on Showtime. A year later, he followed it with Daddy Issues. The New York Times called him, they said, no one is doing it more hilariously than Brad Williams. That's the New York Times, people. In addition to stand-up, he's got a great podcast called About Last Night. I spoke to him, it was actually 2 weeks ago I spoke to him. But here it is, my chat with the great Brad Williams. We're at the Comedy Store Studios in the basement, in the bowels of one of the great comedy clubs of all time. You can almost smell the bombs that have come through this floor.
The bombs that have seeped down.
Yes.
Like
desperation that's in the fucking air ducts.
Yeah, like when your house doesn't have rain for 3 years and then it finally does, and you're like, oh, it does leak. The bombs leak down through here.
Yeah, and the rain that fell through was, who was it? It was Andy Kindler stopped by for a set.
There you go. I saw the Rolodex going. I'm like, who can he say bombed that won't actually get mad?
He'll actually laugh at it.
Yeah, he'll be like, thanks for mentioning me on the podcast.
Right.
Not that you could say like, yeah, and Andy died a horrible death up there. He'd be like, but he mentioned me. I love Andy Kindler.
I remember he had a joke in his act where he goes, when I work on the road Thursday through Saturday, I make plans back in LA for Saturday night.
I love Andy.
He makes me cry.
The first time I met him, he says, I'm now going to teach you how to tell an Andy Kindler joke. And I said, oh, okay. I would love to learn how to tell an Andy Kindler joke. You know, I think you're a great comic. And he goes, all you do is you do your setup, and then when you get to the punch, you lean in. And then you hold. He goes, that's how you tell an Andy Kindler joke. You just lean in on the punch, you get louder, and then you hold. So you're talking, and then he shut the door.
You bring down the hammer. And then on the way to the joke, you take about 9 side trips.
Yes.
Where you break down what you're thinking about and how you're bombing the entire way. Who are the top 3 best comedians to watch bomb?
Oh.
Kindler's one.
Kevin
Meaney was one.
I want to say Holtzman. Holtzman for me.
Brian Holtzman.
Brian Holtzman is always fun to watch bomb. Rick Ingram is fun to watch bomb.
Yeah, he is.
Because he's a crowd work guy, and he's really fun to watch bomb. But now he's got that Chris Rock opener confidence, so he's not bombing as much anymore.
It's true. He's gone to another level.
It's a tragedy. Rick, you're supposed to stay at a certain level. You're not supposed to get better. What's wrong with you?
Because Rick was at the same level for a long time, which was a very high level, but not in notoriety. Only in talent and success. In terms of the room, he was like always a guy you don't want to follow.
Yeah.
And but nobody knew who he was.
Yeah, and now they do, and it's bothering me.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Another one who I like to watch bomb is Gene Pompa.
Yes.
I love to watch Gene Pompa bomb.
Yeah.
He once went on. All right. He called his bomb, so I don't know if this is going to count, but he once went on stage, and before he went on, he's like, I'm going to do a thing. And I go, okay. And he goes on stage. This is at the Improv. And he starts going like, well, everybody, I just got married. And everyone claps. And he goes, well, we had to get married because my wife is pregnant. And then everyone claps. And he's like, I found out after I got home performing for the troops. And then everyone, he just starts doing every trope that comedians do to get applause breaks.
Yeah, right.
And it's every trope that any bad comic does just to get the applause break.
That's great.
But then the crowd got it after a while, and then they started getting more and more absurd.
Yeah.
Like, and I just treated my athlete's foot, and then everyone starts clapping again. And it wasn't a bomb, but it was just.
It's a bomb in the sense that, okay, that's a 4-minute bit.
Yeah.
And then what?
Oh, no, but he did it for the whole set.
He did the whole set? 15 minutes?
The whole set.
Oh, my God.
I love me some Gene Pompa.
That's a palm. That's a pomp, not a bomb. Almost the same spelling.
But yeah, it's funny that there are certain comics that if you're almost hoping for a bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, and like Burr, as great as Burr is, and I don't even know if he can bomb now with his status, but I mean, you almost want to see him bomb because of how mad he gets at the audience and how he flips it on them. And
he doesn't. None of it sticks on him.
No.
And he did a show in Boston. There's a guy that runs a comedy club in Boston named John Tobin. Mm-hmm. You know, Laugh Boston. Do you ever play? Oh no, you play the Wilbur.
Yeah, I play the Wilbur. Which I'll be in the Wilbur July 17th, kid.
Oh, yeah, kid.
I'm doing a show at the Wilbur Theater.
Kid, get your tickets now because it's fucking going to sell out.
It's going to fucking sell out. I may have to add a show at the Wilbur.
He wears a fucking South Boston cap, so he's definitely selling out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I have no affiliation with Boston, but I'm going to wear the hat like a fucking pro.
So Bill was playing the Wilbur Theater, and then he did some crazy run of like 14 or 18 nights in a row at the
remember,
Wilbur.
Yeah, they still talk about that when you're there.
Set a record. And then one night after the show, I don't know why, but he decided to stop by Laugh Boston to do a set.
Okay.
And so John Tobin was like, well, just so you know, it's like a private event tonight. It's all soccer moms. And it was at the time that Bill had that whole bit about like moms, the toughest job in the world.
Right. And, in the most difficult job in the world, she's a mother.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Is it?
You're bending, you're breaking your backs, putting DVDs in the backseat DVD players.
Meanwhile, I'm on a roof in August in Boston putting tar on.
Yeah. Such a good bit.
So he went up and like John said, it was such a beautiful bomb because he knew what he was walking into.
Sure.
He didn't back out. He goes, no, I want to do it.
Yeah.
And he just like was savoring the bomb. There's something about bombing that resets you in a really healthy way. Like it makes you remember that it's not a layup. This job is never a layup.
Never a layup. And it makes you go like, okay, I had a few shows that were pretty good. I thought maybe I figured this shit out.
Yep.
That I finally got this thing go, and then you bomb and you go, all right, I have to keep working, and it makes you realize it can go away. It can go away. Things can be good, and then things can be bad. They can get back to good again. I don't know how many comebacks Mark Maron has had in his life.
Sure,
but quite a few.
Yep.
And now he seems to be on a great spot, and you should watch his special. I'll promote other people, not even me.
Oh yeah, his special just came out on Friday.
Yeah, on HBO. But then it can always go down. See, I have that built-in humbleness, being a little person, because I can crush a night, standing ovation, and then be walking back to my hotel feeling really good about myself, and a truck will just drive by, and I'll just hear, fucking midget.
Yeah, bring you right down.
All right. I remember there was one. I did the Comedy Castle in Royal Oak, Michigan, and it's like a month and a half ago, and we sold out 5 shows. And it's a big room. The check was very nice. I was feeling really good about myself, and I'm like, fuck, man, 5 shows, comedy sold out. Like, couldn't get a ticket. My friends couldn't get tickets. We were bad. I felt really good, and I got to the Detroit airport to fly home, and this kid with his parent going through security just looks at me and goes, Mommy, what's wrong with him? And what's wrong with him? And I'm just like, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is, coming right back down to humble level. Yeah.
You said, here's what it is, kid. This check in my pocket is so heavy, it's weighing me down to the ground.
I was 5'8". But you see all these zeros? It takes a lot to carry these zeros around.
And the left pocket, that's my merch cash.
Yeah. I'm trying to balance it out.
Yeah.
It's not working. So I need both knees to collapse evenly. That's why I have the check on that side and the merch cash on the other side. You fucking ingrate.
And by the way, I'm taller than you.
Yeah. for another month and a half. And then you're going to be...
But we were talking before the podcast started about bringing home a check to your wife.
Yep.
And that is another equalizer. That's another one where when you walk in the house and there's a baby and your wife has just been taking care of that fucking baby for 3 or 4 days straight.
Yep.
She does not give a shit how many zeros are on that check.
Doesn't give a shit. I don't give a shit unless you are flat out saying, no, I'm using these zeros to buy 2 additional nannies.
Yeah.
To the one nanny we already got.
Yeah.
My daughter's 3, and I'm right in that right now, where she just started going to preschool, so we're getting a little bit of break during the day. But
that's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. But yeah, when I come home with a check, wife does not care. So Neil Brennan in his most recent special said that he has a device on his wrist that like buzzes him or something, and that reminds him to smile to the audience so he can go like, oh, act like a human being. I think my wife has a notes app on her iPhone that's like, these are things to say when Brad comes home and says, look at this check. Hey, that's great, honey. Wonderful. Like, she says it, but then I know, because I know her, there's not a lot of like, holy shit, that, like, that's what I want.
The knee pads aren't going on.
No. The knee pads aren't going on. In order, like today we're recording this on Valentine's Day. We are like, good,
happy Valentine's Day.
We are good husbands. Nowhere near our wives. Yeah, which is probably what they want. Yes, but my wife pretty much told me, like, just for, I go, hey, so we're gonna do anything? And she goes, if you could just take the kid for like 2-3 hours, I'll be like, okay, good. I got that, because I love watching my daughter. It's fun. She plays. You know, I get to improv with her. She's starting to talk more. I get to be a Blue's Clues character.
Oh, that's cool.
It's awesome. It's great. And then I don't, you know, my wife comes home after a bit and it's like, I'm sorry, I was late. You had to watch her for another. I'm fine. Yeah. Like, I'm used to being in dingy hotel rooms in Tampa, where it's so hot outside that if you go outside, even if you had hair, it would be crinkling, you know, and just like, you're just instant sweat. You have to change shirts 5 times on the way to the club, and like, that's what I'm used to, being home with a kid.
You got a beautiful kid that looks at you with love in their eyes, and you play around. Oh, well, that's the thing about
so great,
you know, being on the road, and I know it's tough. Mm-hmm. Because I remember when my kids were really young, I took a lot of road work. Yeah. And I see your calendar, and it's pretty staggering. Yeah. Your calendar's crazy.
Yeah. I'm booked up all of 2023, BradWilliamsComedy.com, and go there, including the Wilbur.
But the thing is, it becomes, people go, oh, that must have been hard on your kids. But not really, because when I'm home, my kids always got 100% of me. Yeah. And they were also used to, Dad goes away Thursday to Saturday. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
And so it just was the pattern.
Yeah, and my daughter has definitely kind of gotten into that, and I get home and she's stoked. She used to be stoked when I would FaceTime her, like I'd be on the road and I'd FaceTime and her face would light up, and now she's kind of like, I don't need the FaceTime, like I need you here, so I'll just wait until you get here. Okay, then I'll give you all the love, and then I come home and she's awesome. Yeah, she always runs towards me, gives me a big hug. I do the drop off at school. I do the pick up at school. Not today because I'm here. I get it. But yeah, almost every day I do that, and it's awesome. You try to make as much time as you can while you're home. Yeah. And then when you're on the road, then it's nothing but Yellowstone marathons and jerking off, sometimes at the same time.
How do you jerk off to Kevin Costner?
Have you seen that?
That would be like a challenge.
Oh, challenge accepted.
Yes.
With that rugged voice that he's got in that show, he lowered it like a couple of octaves. He's got that. He's trying to do that whole rip. I need you to move them cows. And it's just like, I love that. I love that show. I love the knockoffs. I'm watching me some 1923.
Oh, right.
Watching Harrison Ford, 80 years old, ride a horse, just being like,
that's the Yellowstone movie, right?
That's the Yellowstone like prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's him and Helen Mirren talking with she's talking with like a Scottish accent. She's talking like, all right, we got the cows. She's giving advice to the young lasses, being like, you'll never be more important than the herd. The herd is always more important than you. As long as you recognize that, you'll be a good wife. I love it. And then you just you take that and you just go, I need Helen Mirren in that accent to give that speech to my wife, but instead of the herd, just be the job.
Right,
like,
right.
You'll never be more important than the next joke.
Right.
Always chasing the next joke, and he'll come home, he'll be happy with you. He'll be happy. Yeah. But then, when he gets a new joke, it's like his mistress.
Yeah. It's like that song, Wendy, she's a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Mm-hmm. But my love, my life, and my lady is the sea.
Is the sea. See, but there's some romance behind that.
Not Wendy. What was the name in that song?
Oh, see, I'm born in '84.
Andy?
I don't know it.
Andy? Whoever it is, I'll tell you my theory on her.
Okay.
All right, he comes back from, according to the song, she's like a bartender at a saloon by the wharf.
Got it.
When the men come in.
Yeah.
And he sees her, and they have this love, but it can't quite pull him away from a fucking stinking vessel with sweaty, gross men being sprayed by frozen sea foam and bounced up and down for months.
Yeah.
She doesn't hold up to that. I got a sense she's not that great.
Yeah.
Brandy.
Because, all right, so last week we talk about this. I like your theory. Because last week I was on a boat. I did a cruise ship.
Oh, is this where you were with the wrestlers?
Yeah, Chris Jericho, rock and wrestling rager at sea.
Nice.
It's not your typical cruise ship comic. We got heavy metal. We got wrestling on a boat, and we got stand up comedy. It was me. It was Kate Quigley. It was Jeff Dye. It was Raj Sharma, and we were the
that
comics.
Sounds like a blast.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And after 4 days of that, I'm like, I'm really excited to go home.
Yeah.
It was fun. I'm doing it again in January, but I'm really excited to go home. So, yeah, I accept your call of bullshit to that song, because it's like, all right, and that was a cruise ship that had like, oh, you want to go to the batting cages on top? Yeah, okay, you could do that. You could play putt-putt. You could have steak and lobster for free. You could hang out with comedians. You do a show. Like, there's live wrestling. There's like so many things. There's a spa. I have a feeling, my mistress is the sea. You didn't have that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a cruise ship full of entertainment and a staff of wonderful Filipino Filipinos that are essentially slaves to that industry.
Yeah, right.
And do your research. It's not a great life. And they're all just trying to make me happy. And after 4 days of that, I was still like, all right, it's time to go home.
Yeah.
So I don't know who the guys are.
Brandy, you're an okay girl.
Yeah, you're a
what
little
a
less than
decent
okay.
wife you would be.
Something tells me Brandy was a 4, but she can really, but she gave a lot of effort in the bedroom.
A lot of effort.
A lot of effort. So it's like, you know what? Good for you.
Yeah.
But I got a boat with some smelly fish and 4 guys that rocks insanely. And this is before the days when we figured out Dramamine.
Yeah. And the constant fear of pirates butt fucking us.
Yes. Constant fear.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do that.
But
okay.
but you're a fine girl.
You're a fine girl. You'll make, if you could find a nice 3 that has a steady job, you'll make him very happy.
Yeah, you'll be a fine wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. I love breaking down songs like that and then like looking and be so there. I don't know the song. I literally just heard it this morning. It's a country song. I put on the Chris Stapleton station and this song came on. I don't know it, but it's about a guy. He's singing the song and I'm getting into the story because he's this guy that goes to a diner and he sees and he sees the waitress over and over again and she's got shiners and she's got black eyes and he's like, oh man, that's some bad stuff going on at home. And this is a very nice lady. She's a good waitress. She brings me my coffee and eggs every day.
Yeah.
What she's a catch.
Yeah.
And someone's disrespecting her. So he one day he goes, let me drive you home. And I think the song is called like "Stay in the Car." No, "Stay in the Truck." Yeah, it's called "Stay in the Truck."
Stay in the truck.
Someone.
There's no car.
Yeah, there's not a car. It's a truck. Yeah, it's called like "Stay in the Truck." Yeah. And so he gets to the chorus. He's like, "So stay in the truck," and then he goes in. He hasn't met this guy. It just goes in. Takes out his pistol and fucking kills him.
Whoa.
Kills him in the song.
There's a tip.
Yeah. Kills him in the song. And then there's a line where he goes, I didn't even leave. I just sat on a porch and smoked one of his cigarettes, waiting for the cops to show up. I'm like, I am into this song. The guy sits
turns
on
out the waitress is an alcoholic who just falls down a lot.
Right. And then I started to think about it because that's all he went in and just fucking shot the guy.
And lit him up.
Didn't talk to him.
Nope.
Didn't say, hey, you got to stop, beating Georgia like that.
Yeah.
She's a good woman. None of that. No, it just went in, shot him. Sits on the porch, smokes one of his cigarettes, waits for the cops to show up, and then the next line is like, and then so he goes to jail. The cop, murder. He didn't know the guy, and then in the line he goes, whatever the waitress's name was, like she came to visit me for like the first 6 months, and I'm like, just the first 6 months. And then she's leaving you.
And she visits with black eyes.
Yeah.
She's seeing somebody else now.
She's still coming in. Why? I got to find this song. I got to listen to it again. It's a doozy, man. It's a doozy. Because
wow.
I start thinking to myself, what if this guy opened the door to this? And then there's a line where he says like, but it was worth it. I'm like, was it?
Yeah.
Now you're getting, now you're getting butt fucked in the yard, and you're like, yeah, but that girl doesn't have. Like, what if he had gone back to her place, said, stay in the truck, and then opens the door, and it's me.
Yeah.
I'm the abusive husband.
Right.
He opens the door, it's a midget, and he's like, oh fuck me, like.
I can't shoot this guy.
I can't shoot him. I can't do that. I
actually respect the game. He's beating her up.
Like, damn, he's got to jump on the chair, do like a flying Superman. Like, he's got to. Wow, okay. Like, now I'm more fascinated than anything. Or like, what if she opened the door and it's like a Stephen Hawking guy? He comes up. And he's like,
right.
Who are you? And he's like, fuck, I can't shoot you. How do you even do it?
How do you do it? I'm fascinated by you.
How do you do it? This chair's got a lot of horsepower.
His chair has horsepower.
What if it's like a Doc Ock arm that like comes out the back, so he hits a button and it's the wife beating arm? It just comes up over like backhands.
It's the XL edition of the Rollaway
like,
2000.
No, he paid a lot for that.
Yeah.
That's a nice added feature.
The bitch was giving me lip.
She made fun of my robot voice. Like, I need this song, man. I'm sorry we don't have someone.
He fucking killed it on the Super Bowl. Did you see him do the national anthem?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love Stapleton.
See that player fucking crying?
Yeah, that was the coach.
Oh, was it?
Coach.
Yeah.
Coach was crying.
Yeah.
I love that. I did I would I don't want to, when we're on stage and we're killing it, laughter is that's the response we get. But I'd like my audience to go through the full gamut of emotions. I'd like to look out and just see someone looking up glassy eyed at me like, he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's really doing it. He spoke something to me.
That's a goal for 2023.
Make someone cry.
Audience cry. No, make the audience cry.
Yeah, but not in I'm crying because I spent $35 a ticket. And I $22 per drink.
Yeah.
And now
I valet parked for 12.
Yeah, and I paid the babysitter, and now this fucker's bombing, and now I'm just watching my money getting lit up in smoke. Not that cry. I want.
How much longer is America going to be able to? Because there's never been as much stand-up comedy in the history of the United States as there is currently.
It's everywhere.
And the ticket prices have gone up.
Yep.
Drink prices have gone up.
Yep.
How sustainable is this? I mean, as soon as there's a hint of recession, we are going to be fucking playing softball together.
Yep.
We're going to be smoking pot and watching kung fu movies.
And that's why I tell my wife, I go, enjoy these checks while we got them. I don't know what's around the corner.
Right.
Maybe someone will cut a clip of me talking about the backhand arm from the chair, and then I can't work anymore.
Fitzdog Radio takes down a lot of good comics.
A lot of good comics come here to die, and maybe that happens. I don't know. Someone look up that song. Can
you look up that song, Katie?
It's called Stay in the Truck. I have to know, but yeah, Chris Stapleton killed it. I'm trying. I want to see him in concert. I don't even like country music. I really don't.
I don't either, but I love Chris Stapleton.
Man, that guy's got some pain in his voice.
Fuck yeah, he can play guitar,
and he doesn't talk about drinking cold beer on a Friday night. He's not doing that. He's like, I'm drinking whiskey because you fucked my brother. And it's just there's some pain in the voice.
Yeah,
I want to go see him live, but the only date he's doing out here is Stagecoach, which is country Coachella.
Oh, really?
It's at the same spot. And I don't want to go there.
It's too much.
I don't want to do the festival thing.
Yeah.
I'm 40. I just want to get a seat that's on an incline so I can see. I don't do general admission. I don't do it. Not because I'm not better than anybody. It's just because now I'm in general ed. I'm 4 foot nothing. I got hips. That's all I got. My view is hips. Some good, some bad.
How was the concert? A lot of great asses.
That's it. That's all. I don't want that. I want to sit up on an incline, and then be able to see the show.
Yeah. Well, the key is getting that first balcony, first row. That's the best seat in the house for concerts. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not general admission guy either, and I can see, but my back starts to hurt. My feet start to. I'm like,
move. You get I want to sit down for a second.
That's it.
I want to enjoy it. I want that, and we probably took an edible in the parking lot.
Yep.
And that's kicking in, and no one takes an edible and goes, you know what? I need to stand.
Yeah, right.
It's never that.
Yeah.
You want to chill out.
This week I'm going to, I'm doing some dates with Bert in Florida this week.
So man, talk about a guy killing
arenas.
Arenas, yeah. I saw the photos of him at the, talk about fucking Boston again. He did Boston Garden. Chris Porter opened up for him. What a fucking show.
Yeah.
He's got Shane Gillis and Mark Norman on a bunch of dates.
Yeah.
I love that he's doing that because it's a show.
Yeah, he was bringing a tell last spring.
Yeah, he doesn't have the openers that no one knows about, that they're still good, but no one knows about him.
Yeah.
He's bringing fucking names.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Shane Gillis is doing theaters. Mark Norman's selling out like crazy.
I would pay to not follow Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
He is impossible to follow. Because he crushes, and then he pulls Trump out at the end. And then it's like, all right, I'm going home. Fuck this. So,
and for those of you who don't know, he literally pulls Trump out. Trump is there.
Yes.
And then he comes out and does a speech.
You're right.
And half the crowd loves it. And
it's divisive, but it kills.
Yeah. But no, he's fucking killing it, man.
So I'm going down there, and I'm doing some shows with him, and then we're going to the Daytona 500 on Sunday.
Oh, shit. You gonna get a mullet wig?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Get a mullet wig, Fitz.
Oh, I love it.
Go full.
That's a fucking great. I'm going to go today, and I'm going to buy it.
Get a mullet wig.
And then I'm flying to Tulsa the next day to see Springsteen.
Holy shit.
Because he's not playing the West Coast. So
he's not?
So me and like 6 friends are flying to Tulsa because also in Tulsa is the Bob Dylan Museum.
Holy
so
shit.
Concert one night, go to Dylan the next day.
Dude, that's awesome.
I got a good week ahead of me.
That's a great fucking week. That's right. That's right up there with the Chris Jericho Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea. No, that's dude. That's awesome. Are you gonna be like a psychotic, addictive person that you still stop by the Tulsa Comedy Club? Because they got one that just opened up.
Do
there.
they?
Yeah.
Because I just played Tulsa a couple months ago, but I just did a one-nighter in a little club.
Oh yeah. I think it's called the Bricktown Comedy Club. They have one in Oklahoma City and one in Tulsa, and I think stop by.
Maybe I'll stop
pop in, do a little pop in.
Yeah,
those are fun.
Fuck yeah, go in and blow out the local headliner. My days of blowing out. I'm not a blowout comedian anymore. I don't shoot for you can't follow me, motherfucker. I shoot more for like, here's some shit I want to talk about that I think is funny. Hey, and hopefully you guys are on board with it.
There's some comedians that aren't the fucking like what you're talking about, just to blow you out of the water, or whatever. But they're a good time.
Yeah,
you're not gonna be bad.
Right.
You're like the woman that lost the guy to the sea. It's like you're a good time.
Yeah.
You're not blow your socks off blowjobs and like your eyes roll back in your head, but you're like, you know what? That was a good evening.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did that.
Yeah. Well, it's all about the closer.
Pleasant. Yeah.
I used to put a lot of pressure on my closer, and I came up with bits, and I realized that when I look back at the bits that I'm least proud of, they were always closers. And I just realized, like, I would rather not have that. What's your closer right now?
Right now, I talk about my dog, and it's I have a 90-pound pit bull.
Do you really?
Yeah. So just that size difference and the whole process of how I got the dog and everything. It was one of those things where like I was on the road and then I got a FaceTime call from my wife like, look what we got.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, motherfucker, it's a 90-pound pit bull. Like, okay. But he's great. He's a wonderful dog. He's great. He's like, when people go like, it's weird because he looks like an absolute beast.
Yeah.
And then people pass him on the street when I'm walking him. They're like, and I'm like, he wouldn't, like, he's scared of Chihuahuas. Like, it's fine. But yeah, so that's closing right now, and it's doing good. But I just choose my closers organically because when I wrote the dog joke, it was in the middle. And I had a hard time following my own joke.
That's the best feeling when you realize, holy shit.
It's
like a diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
And as you start to scrape it and shape it, you go, fuck, man, this is I can't follow this.
This is a closer.
Yeah.
And then I moved it, the old Jerry Seinfeld analogy of your act as a batting order. And as guys get hot, you're like, fuck. You're a cleanup.
Yeah.
You're a cleanup hitter.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moved it to closer. Been there for a bit now. But yeah, I don't like to write a bit and be like this.
Yeah.
This is the closer.
Yeah.
This, because it's always that shit. Whenever I sit down, and tweets are the same way. Whenever I sit down, craft a tweet and be like, oh, look at this. I got a call. Within 2 lines, I have a call back. I got this. It's modern. It's and I tweet. Nothing. Fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And then the Super Bowl was like that. I pre-wrote 2 jokes. They did horrible.
Yeah.
And then one that I wrote just in the middle. I saw a commercial. It was for the new Google phone.
Yeah.
And and the whole commercial was just taking people out of photos. Like, hey, you can take this out of photo. You can take this out of the photo. And just in that moment, I just go.
Can Chris Brown get one that puts you into your kids' photos?
Nick Cannon. I used Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
But yes. That was the joke.
That was a funny joke. I read it when I was watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And then that one does great. But then my pre-written ones of what was the one I pre-wrote? Oh yeah, I wrote one. Whoever was gonna win, I was gonna post. So the Chiefs won. So spoiler alert. I don't know if you haven't watched it yet. I'm an idiot. Anyway, but so the Chiefs won. So I wrote Patrick Mahomes. You and the Kansas City Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. What are you gonna do next? And then the next line is, I'm dating Pete Davidson. And that was a good joke. It was a good joke. It's been fine. That one, okay. But the fucking Nick Cannon one. So it's whenever you try really hard in comedy.
I find the same thing. Like when I try to think of like, oh, I'm going to Oklahoma City. I got to do a video on Instagram for it. And you think, well, I don't want to just, I want to do something funny.
Yeah.
And then you think and then it flatlines.
Yeah.
And then something happens that's funny. Like one of my biggest ones ever was I got an Airbnb in Chicago.
Okay.
We're visiting my son who goes to college there.
Yeah.
And so I go, here I am in my Airbnb in Chicago. I go, well appointed, new kitchen, queen size bed, steam shower. And the best part is it's really close to the subway. And then I turn the camera around and our balcony is literally 5 feet from the subway platform.
Oh, so it's just
like just fucking trains coming back and the PA system coming on track 4 now like crazy. And there was a gangbanger who was on the track, and as I'm shooting it, he starts throwing gang signals and yelling at me to stop filming him. And that thing fucking blew up.
Yeah. Because it's just, you can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only one that plans them that are really good is the guy you're seeing, Bert. Bert, his promo videos.
Yeah.
My God.
Dude, he's got a fucking truck full of those people on the road with him.
Yeah.
It's not one guy.
Right.
It's like 7.
Yeah. And good. You could tell.
Yeah.
The production value is high.
Unbelievable.
And he did. You know, he did the dance one where he
that was
Speedo.
Crazy.
Did that one. He recently did one where he's talking about his dates, and then he just goes up to the front of the tour bus, and you find out the camera pans down and he's naked, and then he just lays across the dashboard, so whoever's coming in just sees naked Bert. Genius, man.
Yeah.
He's really good. It's this thing where, and you've definitely seen it in terms of how it's changed. But like I feel like comedy in like the 80s and 90s and whatever, it's just like, oh, you just had to be a comic. You just had to be funny. Just be funny. That's it. That's all you got to do. Now you got to be funny, and you got to have a social media presence, and you got to have a YouTube channel, and you got to have a podcast, and you got to have the whole kit.
Yep.
You gotta have the whole thing. But
we used to smoke pot when I started out in Boston.
Yeah.
And it was like, me and Rogan and Burr and Patrice and Dane Cook and Louis C.K., Bobby Kelly. We used to play softball and smoke pot. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It was fucking crazy. And we just go to movies, get together and write jokes together.
Yeah.
So much downtime.
Yeah, and now it's like, all right, well, I got to do this podcast today, and then I got to, and then I haven't posted on Instagram recently, so I got to go do that, and I got to, it's just all.
Then you got to reply to all the people that comment on all the shit, which I love that people comment. I really do. Of course. Means a lot to me. But sometimes you have a couple days where you're busy, and then you look at it and you're like, man, I got to go back a ways on this fucking comment board. Yeah,
and I'm trying to write back. I'm still trying to, and like, it's weird. I get the messages sometimes where it's like, I know this isn't Brad reading this, but I'm just like, dude, you don't know my tax bracket.
Yeah,
yes, it is Brad reading this. Right. Yes, and then
you got the people that kind of abuse it and write you like every day. It's
there's one guy named Carlos on my Instagram right now every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And I never was. I got to the point now where I wrote him. I go, dude, I can't respond.
Yeah.
Like, keep shooting every now and then. I'll do all right. Like, I'll do something, but
right.
I got other shit to do. I can't.
Do you have someone editing your videos?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
good.
that's what I do have. And then
you shoot stuff at your shows?
I try to. And then when, and then you hope for that moment of like a freestyle or a new bit or something that's like, okay, I'm only going to be able to do this joke for a week and a half.
As opposed to burning material that you might be using in a special or something.
Exactly.
Right.
So you try to do that, but so far so good. It's so far it's been great. And like you said, my calendar is pretty full, which is awesome. And I tell you the one pet peeve though is, and this always happens. Always, I will go to a city, and then the next week I will get the message or the comment, when the fuck are you gonna come?
Right,
and you're like,
right.
I was just there.
I know.
I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah.
You fucking never come to Phoenix. I was just there.
Yeah.
I literally like last week. One guy tried to sell me on the Omaha Funny Bone. He's like, we got this club in Omaha, the Omaha Funny Bone. It's really great. And I'm just like, you know how many times I've been to the Omaha fucking Funny Bone. Me and Colleen are like this.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but you realize you can't please everybody and you can't be everywhere at once. I like the people that are like, when are you coming to? And then they'll name like some town in Pennsylvania that no one lives in.
Yeah.
And they're just, when you come into this town, it's like, I go to Pittsburgh, I go to Philadelphia.
You're going to have to meet me halfway.
You gotta go there. It's like, well, that's a 2-hour drive. I'm like, I'm flying across the country.
Yeah, right.
That's me.
Right.
It's the scene in Hitch where he's trying to teach, Will Smith is trying to teach the King of Queens, that guy. Kevin James. He's teaching Kevin James how to kiss. And he's like, you go 90, they go 10. You go 90, they go 10. It's like that. It's like, hey guys, I'm going 90. I'm going to Pittsburgh, Homestead, Pennsylvania. You go 10.
Right.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
It'd be more frustrating. It was more frustrating in the years like 2 or 3 years ago when I wasn't. Well, that was the pandemic, so I guess a year and a half ago, where I wasn't selling out every weekend. Now it's great. The ticket sales are amazing, and I'm very thankful for it. So now it's like if some guy missed the show, I'm like, I don't care. I was sold out.
Right.
I got the check.
Yeah.
But years ago, when it was like, when are you coming to Dallas? I was just fucking like that. That would drive me nuts.
Well, so you're doing some theaters and some clubs.
Yeah, I'm doing the aforementioned the Wilbur Theater, and then I'm doing the Pantages Theater in Minneapolis coming up, and Madison, Wisconsin. We're doing a theater. We're doing the Neptune in Seattle, and then we're doing the Rio Theater in Vancouver.
Oh, those are all great theaters.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Those are fun ones. So we're
and then you just do one show at those theaters.
Yeah. The Wilbur will probably do 2, but
good.
Yeah, but like it's so I'm dipping my toe into theaters now.
Well, theaters are. I mean, I'm a club guy, and I think I'll always be a club guy, and I'm fine with that because part of it is I like doing 5 shows and really working on material.
Yeah, and a bit changes in those 5 days.
Yeah.
You can work it every night, twice a night.
I like staying in the hotel for a couple days,
I do
getting
too.
settled in.
All right, do you ever have the maid come into the hotel room?
Never.
Thank you. Every comedian I know never gets maids coming in.
That poor woman, when she comes in on Sunday morning after I've left and has to deal with the blood and the semen and the sex dolls and the heroin needles.
It's always just like, because for me, we're in hotel rooms so much. I'm like, when I'm in that hotel room, that's my apartment for the weekend.
Yeah.
That's my house. I don't want someone else in my house.
Right.
Then the fucking merch cash. Like
the merch cash is laying around.
Get out.
One time I had the do not disturb sign on the thing.
Yeah.
And I got my merch cash laid out on my dresser.
Like a drug dealer.
And I come back and my room is cleaned.
Oh.
And I'm like, the fucking do not disturb sign was on the door.
Oh my God. What,
But
merch cash gone?
It was all there. It was all there.
Wow.
It must have been like one of those videos where you tell the little kid, all right, don't eat the donut. I'm going to leave the room. I'm coming back in 5 minutes. And the kid just stares at it.
Stares at the donut.
Yeah.
Because you know that they were like, well, maybe that's my tip.
Yeah.
maybe this person who's staying at a Hilton Garden Inn happens to have $2.5 grand in cash. They're just tipping me. Because that would have been my thought.
Yeah.
If I'm the maid, I would have walked in. That's interesting. Most comics I know don't like the maids coming in at any point.
Yeah.
Then we're there during the day. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like at night when we're actually gone, when that might actually make sense to get a turn down service. They're not there.
I don't want it turned down. When I get into my bed, I don't want my feet wedged into a tightly wrapped fucking shit. I first thing I do, I pull out. All right, here's my process.
Okay.
Let's each tell our processes when we get to a hotel room.
Okay.
I get in, I immediately unpack everything.
Okay.
Toiletries get laid out on the hand towel. I put a hand towel down on the sink.
Yep.
I lay out all my shit. I immediately iron all my shirts, put them in the closet.
Wow. Okay.
And then I pull the sheets out from the side, so they're nice and loose.
Okay.
And then I meditate, and then we go from there.
I love that. I am a get in there, immediately get naked.
No, you don't.
Yes. Immediately.
Really?
As soon as I get to a hotel room.
What?
Because I've flown for God knows how many hours.
And you're sick of your clothes.
I'm sick of my clothes. If I land at 5 and the show starts at 7:30, I will be naked in that hotel room before I get to the show. That is, I immediately get naked.
Does that involve self-pleasure?
Hey, man. Been on a flight for a while. I'm not like you and do it mid-flight.
That's right. You know that about me.
I know that about you. You like to fire one off in the bathroom.
Not mid-flight. Soon as we take off.
As soon as you take off.
The second the seatbelt sign comes off, I am in the lavatory working one out.
God, I want so bad to get on a flight, and because sometimes. Comics are all doing the same routes, the same schedule.
Yep, all connecting through Atlanta.
All Atlanta, Dallas, Chicago. Like if you're coming through those cities, you'll have a comedian on your plane. You're flying back to Los Angeles, and sometimes it's comedian air. So, I'd love to be on a flight with you where just we take off and then I see you getting up there. I'd probably yell something like, "You gonna go jerk off in the bathroom?"
No, you wait for me to be midway.
Yeah.
You give me 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you start pounding.
Yeah. Not 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Fitz. They want to know if you want a Diet Coke. Start pounding on the door. Well, you said Atlanta, so that means you're probably a Delta guy.
I'm a Delta guy.
Yeah, see, I'm an American Airlines guy. We're not our paths will never
Dallas,
cross.
Right?
Dallas and Chicago.
Right.
So our paths won't cross. Maybe we need to start flying Delta just so that happens.
Who have you flown with?
Flight? Guy Torrey, I see on every flight.
Really?
He and I are. Which I love because we've gotten to know each other. I have learned so much about black culture. Just from being around Guy Torrey all the time.
Right.
And because, we both go to the Admiral's Club, whatever, we sit down, we got an hour for our flight and we just sit and talk.
Yeah.
I learned about Black Christmas from Guy Torrey and how it's different than White Christmas.
How is Black Christmas different than White Christmas?
See now you're quizzing me.
I know Latino Christmas is different because they deep fry the turkey.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mostly it's the food, in terms of what you do.
Yeah.
But like just learning that from Guy, it's like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot, which is sad because that's kind of his character in American History X. And then that makes me the Nazi.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not good. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But Guy Torrey I see all the time. Steve Byrne I see all the time. Chris Porter I see all the time. And it's great. I love getting on comedian air. But the best thing is when you get on a flight. There's 4 or 5 comics, and then you're the one that gets upgraded. Oh.
I was just gonna say the worst is getting on a plane. And walking past fucking who's the guy I'm trying to think of. It doesn't matter. Name a guy, and you walk past him in first class, and you didn't get upgraded.
Oh.
You got to go back. The walk of shame. Back to coach.
Yeah. There was one where okay, this happened recently. I'm gonna kind of throw the guy under the bus a little bit, but whatever. So I saw him in the American Airlines lounge, and I don't know him. I'm not friends with him. Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan,
yeah, and I saw him, but I'm a fan, obviously, of SNL and everything like that. So I go up to Chris, and I'm like, hey, I immediately just go, hey, Chris, I'm a comedian. You know, a little disarming. Yeah. Like, don't worry, I'm not gonna just want to say hey. But he's like, oh, that's all. You know, we talk for a little bit, and then turns out we're on the same flight. We're going. I forget where we're going, but we're going somewhere. And then I got upgraded. And then Chris Kattan had to walk.
Oh no!
And I actually felt bad.
Yeah,
I felt bad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And I was like, no, you're older than me. You should be up here.
You have better credits than me.
Yeah, you have way better credits.
Yeah.
You've got better stories. You've partied with God knows what people on those SNL after parties. Like, you should be up here. But
well, Bert's got this thing.
He's probably saving money. He's probably the smart guy.
Well. You never know what people's situations are. Sometimes you're supporting a parent. You know,
yeah.
Divorced 3 times, whatever.
Yeah.
Some people make a lot of money, but it all goes out. I don't know what the fuck Bert is spending, but he's got this club.
Yeah.
That his travel agent's like, okay, you're going to go to the airport. You're not going to the terminal. You're going to this club.
Huh.
And it's got like a side entrance, and you go in, and he's got his own lounge, like his lounge for his party.
Okay.
And you go in and they have like a catered meal and drinks. And you go to the airport a couple hours early and you hang out there.
What is
this? And they have massage chairs.
What?
Yeah.
What is this life?
And then you go through your own TSA, your own private TSA.
This isn't like Jet Suite X. Like, this is like...
Yeah. Jet Suite X, I think it's called. No, not Jet Suite X.
Wait. So, like, you guys are flying Delta?
Yeah.
But it's just... But you're on the side. You're on...
I don't know where exactly the term.
Okay.
Yeah, PS Suite X.
Okay. Oh, Suite X.
Yeah.
Okay.
PS Suite LAX.
Okay. Wow.
And so you go early and you chill. Mm-hmm. You get a massage. You eat a steak, and then you get on the flight.
Fuck, man.
And she's like, you know, Bert's trying to get you a first class ticket, but they're all filled.
Yeah.
So you have to go back to, you know, economy plus. But I bought the seat next to you, so at least you have room next to you.
Wow.
I'm like, what? I don't.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, Bert, we're good, buddy.
Yeah.
Save your money. You got kids.
Right.
Man.
Have you ever been on a tour bus?
Yes.
I've never been on a tour bus. Tell me about it. What do I have to... I'm so excited to finally be on a tour bus.
Oh, first of all, it's the best sleep you're ever going to have in your life.
Really?
Yeah, which I was shocked. But yeah, because there's something about... Even if you get one of those little bunks, you know, like you get in and it's pitch black dark. You pull that curtain, it's pitch black. And you put, you know, if people are still awake, you put some earbuds in, whatever. And then it's pitch black dark. And when the bus is moving, there's like a rumble.
Yeah.
You're going up and down. And I don't know, it's like a feeling like of being back in the womb or some shit. It's the best sleep you're ever going to have. So
your mom rode buses while you were in the...
Apparently. That's why it came out like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. If she had just... She just walked.
She just taken Amtrak.
Yeah, just taking Amtrak. I would have been 6'4" and in the NBA by now, but no. But yeah, so the best sleep you're ever gonna have in your life, and it's just your only quest every day is to take a shower. Yeah. So like you wake up and you're like, all right, how do I shower today?
Right.
And you know, hopefully, so you're going Bert.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets like a hotel room at the place.
Apparently we're going to shower at the arenas. Like they have gyms and shower rooms at the arena.
Oh, yeah, because but you're doing arenas.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got showers in the arenas.
Yeah.
So you're good. Bring shower stuff. It's like you're in college again.
Oh, I'm bringing fucking flip-flops. I don't want to walk around in those.
Okay, good.
Where Motley Crue was taking a shower the week before.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, do that. Bring some flip-flops. Bring some shower stuff. But yeah, it's just great.
What about downtime? I mean, what do you just sit in a fucking seat?
Well, now they have Wi-Fi on the fucking buses.
Oh, they do.
So you can like Yeah, you know, you used to be, you had to have a portable DVD player or something or whatever. But now you could throw on your buds and go in your bunk and watch a fucking movie or something or that. And whenever I've been on a bus, I was just hanging out in that lobby area. You throw up a PlayStation. Yeah. You know, you get a game, everybody, nothing too complicated. Yeah. You know, you do like a boxing video game or a fighting video game. No one really knows. Yeah. So everyone's just button mashing. Then you have a nice tournament and you cheer and you fucking talk shit.
All right. That sounds like fun.
It's great.
But I don't want to feel like I got to hang out with everybody all the time.
That's fine. Go back in your bunk.
I want to bring a book and maybe have a little like I think about that Jackson Browne song, you know?
Which one?
Where they're... we got Richard Pryor on the video.
Oh, okay.
We got time to think of the ones we love while the miles.
So do you want time? Do you want time to think?
I want 40, yeah.
Yeah, okay, because some guys don't want time. They don't want to be in their own head.
Bert doesn't want time.
Yeah, no, he just wants...
That's my issue.
He wants party.
He already told me that we have to wake up at 7 and do cold plunges. He's arranged cold plunges along the way.
Wow. Okay. And have you done that before?
I don't even like a warm shower. I want hot.
It's funny.
But I'm just going to give myself over to it. I'm going to commit to being in that circus for the week.
If that's what you got to do to be on that bus, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're going to sleep great. Okay. You don't drink, so you don't have to worry about that.
I'll bring some edibles.
Yeah, bring some edibles. And it's safe because when you go to bed, you wake up and you're at the next spot you need to be.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
There's no wake up at 4 a.m. for the 6 a.m. flight and you're trudging and it's just like, no.
I think there's Frisbee golf during the day also. That'll be fun.
You're on a cruise, but not on a cruise.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. This is going to be great.
You get to do all this stuff. Who are the other openers that week?
I think...
people you get along with?
Yeah, I know Dave Williamson is going to be there.
Oh, Dave. The king.
Love Dave.
You mean the king of El Segundo, California?
King of El Segundo.
Dave Williamson, the fucking...
The curator of the El Segundo Comedy Festival.
Yes, and a master barbecuer.
Yeah.
Oh, just having Dave. Now, I don't know if the trifecta with Dave is if... you know, because you can talk comedy with him, you can talk barbecue with him. If for any reason you have any water polo background, you'll be his best friend for life because he coaches it.
He's coaching it.
Yeah. He coaches water polo. Yeah. I have nothing on water polo, so I meet Dave and
Yeah. No, I've been talking water polo. We play golf together a lot, me and Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he used to open for me when I would do Florida dates years ago.
Ah, there you go.
I lived in Florida. So.
Yeah, so you got Dave Williamson, you, Bert.
Yeah.
It's already a great show.
It's a great show. And then the other guy, I didn't recognize his name. He's got kind of long hair and a little bit of a stoner delivery. All right. I watched him online yesterday, so that's fine. All right. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be fun.
See, that's what you want to... good for Bert. He's getting to that point. Also, you're selling out arenas, and because he could be doing the thing where he goes, well, I'm selling out arenas. Let me just give the 2 local guys or girls, and then I'm going to keep all the money for myself. Yeah. But he's not doing that.
No.
He's providing a show.
Spending it.
You guys are living it. You guys are playing Frisbee golf like gentlemen. That and like, you know, Frisbee golf, I like that it's something like that. Not like, you know, I'm 39, almost 40 now, and then it's like there's certain activities where I'd be like, that's too much for me.
Strip clubs?
I wouldn't go to a strip club, not anymore.
No, I'm done with strip clubs.
I'm not a strip club guy anymore.
Once you have a daughter, my daughter's 19, you go like, no, I'm good on the strip club.
Yeah, I remember, so I was on my way to a bachelor party, not mine, one of my friends, when my wife literally found out, and we found out that we were having a girl. Yeah. And it was a lot, you know, the bachelor party was planned and then they put the doctor's appointment to find out like literally like that morning. And I'm like, I can't. So I was like, all right, you're gonna have to call me. And she's like, yeah, it's fine. So I'm literally driving to Vegas for a bachelor party. And then my wife calls and goes, we're having a girl. And I'm stoked. I'm thrilled. I'm excited. And then that night, because of the bachelor party, we were at a strip club. And I'm like,
It ruins it.
This is different.
Yeah.
And like literally the joke I had in my act is like I wasn't tipping the strippers. I was calling them over and being like, all right, so what'd your dad do to get you here?
Yeah.
Like how do you
I work backwards from this?
Yeah.
How do I reverse engineer you?
Yeah. What did your dad do so I know what not to do?
What about a strip club where you're guaranteed that the girls don't have a father? Where they're just orphans. The club's called Orphans.
It's called Orphans. They're like they just no dads.
Right. You go there on Father's Day.
Here.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine if like I'm like, all right, what'd your dad do to get you here? And there's like, oh, he was a road comic.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
yeah. My dad is Craig Shoemaker.
No. Craig catching a stray. No, like yeah, but like it's just like can you imagine that? So yeah, it's just not yes. That's how I'd go to a strip club. It's called Orphans, and then that's so fucking funny. That's so funny.
So I noticed you and I both sell tour pins.
Yeah.
We got the same tour pins.
Yeah, Rockin' Pins. Go to rockinpins.com. It's great.
They're great because you don't have to bring a suitcase with T-shirts.
No.
Just a bag of pins.
Yeah. And then people, we're all narcissists, so it's just our face.
Yep.
And their name.
And the best part is, it's not like hitting somebody up for 25 or 30 for a T-shirt. $10. $10. And you know what I do? No credit card. No Venmo.
Oh, really?
Cash or keep moving. Wow. I don't need to hold up the line.
Oh,
while
man. You're better than me.
You lose too many people that way.
Yeah, I'm like just I take the money however I get it. You got Venmo, you got Apple Pay. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it takes like 3 minutes.
Dude, it takes 3 minutes anyway because they come up and I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I'm not saying it's this shouldn't happen. Like they want their moment. They wait in line to see me. They want to tell the story. They want to have the thing. They want to tell me where they saw me or who turned them on to me or whatever. And I get it. And sometimes I hear really wonderful stories.
Oh no, it's lovely.
Really wonderful stories. And sometimes I'm just looking at them and I'm just like, let's let's go.
Sometimes they want to go deep and it's like, dude, read the room.
Yeah.
You have 50 people standing behind you. The late show is lining up to come in.
Right. We got to go.
And we're on our third topic.
God, I had a guy, I was in Vegas this past week at a club called Wise Guys. It just opened up. It's in the Arts District. It's great. Great club. Had a lot of fun there. Doing the meet and greet afterward. And this guy and his wife come up, and I've got the guy there to take photos. So to just go, all right, click, click, move on. All right, click, click, move on. Like doing that. And then the woman comes up and goes, no. My husband will take the photo. And you saw the look on the husband's face like, huh?
Uh-huh.
This wasn't in the job description. Like, I didn't know that I was going to do this. And he's fumbling with it and just like, I don't know. How do you do that? And they're arguing now. And I'm just like, I just want to take a photo. And like, just give it to the guy. He knows that. Now the husband's pride is involved. He's like, no, I've got it. Right. And it was, they were there for like 4 or 5 minutes. And I'm like, I've got a line. Let's go.
No, that's the smart thing to do. You have you hire a door guy to snap the photo.
Yep.
Take people's phones.
Tip them at the end of the week.
And not 7 shots.
No.
2 shots.
Do.
That's it. Move it along.
Touch. Do.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
All you gotta do. Every phone now, unless they bust out a David Tell Nokia flip, which you just do the touch, and you're good.
Right.
Not angles, flashes.
All right. Let's get to a few with Fitz. That's what this segment is called.
Good.
I'm gonna ask you first of all, what is the hackiest bit you've ever done? That always hits people hard.
Oh, because there's so many. Yeah. No, God. I'm trying to think back to my earliest shit. The fucking a lot of the dwarf stuff was very hacky. I like going into Starbucks because I want to see the look on the barista's face when I order a tall coffee.
What's wrong with that? That's not hacky.
Is that hacky?
No, not at
is
all.
that good? I don't know. I look at a lot of the short jokes that I do as hacky, but okay. I won't tell you hacky per se, but I'll tell you the most embarrassing that I look back and go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it was an epic bomb.
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah.
It was my first time. I was at the Ontario Improv, not as a headliner. They called me in, and it was my first time doing a quote unquote urban night.
Yeah.
Never done one before. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll challenge myself, do an urban night. And like an idiot, I think, well, I need to appeal to black people.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I'm a white guy from Orange County, California.
Yeah.
You can't get more or less black than
And
me.
you're racist.
And I'm racist.
Yeah.
And that really hurt it.
Yeah.
But I go on stage. I started like doing an MC hammer dance.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. It hurts me saying this. Hurts. And here's the
And you
thing.
open with that.
Open with it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Fitz, that really kills me is that I didn't work this out with the DJ. I was just, DJ, play some music. And he's like, what? You didn't tell me I did. Like, because I was so young in the game, like, no, these are sound guys. They're in it. Like, they know what they're doing. It's like, no, it's a guy making fucking $8 an hour.
Yeah.
He's not in it. He learned how to use the equipment that morning.
Yeah.
Like, every now and then you get a club that's like got a sound guy, but most of them are, and he was fumbling. So I was up there, like, just waiting for the music to go for a little bit. And then I did. Oh, epic bomb.
They didn't dig it.
No. Really? They didn't like the little white guy going, I know what you people like. Oh, it was so bad. And then I will tell you.
That's a big swing.
Oh, big swing and a big fucking miss. Because I will tell you that I thought the worst thing would be silence in a comedy club.
Yeah.
That's what I thought the worst bomb could be, is that they just don't get you and they're quiet. No. The worst thing I found out that night is just, oh, well, the stage guy isn't funny. Let's all turn to our sides and have a conversation now, and just straight up ignore.
Right.
That's the absolute
But
worst
that's
thing.
the thing I found with black audiences is that they're either the greatest audiences in the world. If you get them,
Oh my
they
God.
lift you up.
Yes.
It is the best fucking crowd. And if they don't like you, they will break into conversation.
And they will crush your soul.
Yeah.
And that night, my soul got crushed, deservingly so.
Dude, the worst reaction I
Deserving.
ever got when I was starting out, I was in Boston and I'm on stage one night and I wasn't good when I started.
Yeah,
and
none of us are.
I'm on stage and I'm tanking.
Yeah.
And no laughs. And I'm taking pauses where the laugh should be just because I didn't have enough material to do more than 15 minutes.
Hold for jokes. Hold for laughter.
Joke. Parentheses.
Yeah.
I was making parentheses. And then I overheard a woman say to her husband, older couple.
Yeah.
And they're in the front row. And I overheard her look at him and go, the poor bastard. Which was crueler than you suck.
Yeah. You suck.
Because
You
she
would have
didn't mean
taken
for me
that.
to hear it.
No, the poor. Helen Mirren in the front row from 1920. Ah, that poor bastard. Ah, that poor. He's not doing well.
Right. They'll never love him as much as they love the sheep. The herd.
The hood. So yeah, that's not that. I don't know about my hackiest joke, but that's like that. That was me being so incredibly hacky in terms of I know what will get black people. I'll dance, and holy shit, did it bomb? So yeah.
All right, next question.
Heed my story, young comedians.
Don't dance.
Don't dance.
Don't dance for your supper.
Unless you dance. If you dance, great.
Yeah.
Dance. If you dancing every night, great. If you dance on,
if you're Fahim Anwar, dance away.
Dance away. But if you're just like, I'm gonna try this. No. Epic bomb.
What have you turned down?
Okay, so like, what have I turned down that then became a success?
Could be anything. This is your question to do with what you like.
Okay, what have I turned down? I tell you what I tell you what I turned down now is fucking weddings. I've like in terms
attending them,
like for gigs.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I've gotten some offers for an amount of money that if young, 8 years into the game, Brad Williams heard that I turned down that much money, I'd punch me in the face. But it's just, no, I did it one time.
Yeah.
And never again.
Right.
Never again. Because, all right, here's another epic bomb story. This is just bomb stories. I'm doing the wedding, and they tell me, all right, you go on after the maid of honor speech. And I'm like, cool. They're like, all right, we got best man, we have maid of honor, and then we got you, because, you can close it out and make it a good speech. And I go, great, I got it. And these are fans of mine that have hired me to do this.
Okay.
So I go on, or I'm waiting to go on. The maid of honor starts talking. And unbeknownst to me, the maid of honor is the sister of the bride. And mom has passed away a week and a half before the wedding.
Oh no.
And that.
Oh no.
And that topic was heavy into her speech.
And she's crushing.
And
you talk about wanting to get tears from the audience.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And she is just talking about how much mom would you look so beautiful in your dress. Mom would have loved to have seen this. Yeah. She is seeing this right, and oh my, and she's destroying. Yeah. She's doing really well. And then obviously not laughs, but just emotion, raw, pure emotion, and then
intimacy and familiarity.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then this was my literal intro. I am exaggerating nothing. So she ends her speech and goes, well, let's raise a glass to mom and to you. Cheers. And then the sort of the host of the wedding walks on and literally, I'm exaggerating nothing, just goes, and now the comedy of Brad Williams. No filler, no nothing. No, wow, what an amazing speech. Your mother is a wonderful woman. And now we're gonna try to lighten the mood, everybody. That was very touching. Now we're gonna try.
You ready to laugh?
No.
Everybody ready to laugh?
None of that. Just literally, and now the comedy of Brad Williams. And I'm just like, oh fuck. And another epic bomb that night. And
that's amazing.
So I've turned down. I turned down weddings, and I've gotten to the point now where thankfully I turned down St. Patrick's Day promotions.
Yes, I can see that.
I turned them down. Yeah. I've had clubs call me up and be like, hey, you want to come do St. Patrick's Day? And I go, oh, yeah, we're doing a show? Great. And they go, well, yeah, but we're going to do a special thing. I'm like, nope.
Nope.
Nope. I've had Vegas bars call me up and be like, all right, we're going to dress you up. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it.
That's a night you enjoy staying home.
It's a joke in my act, but I say St. Patrick's Day is the dwarf version of the Purge. I don't go out. I don't leave. I stay home. I pour myself an Irish whiskey from my own bar, where I'm surrounded by my wife and my other dwarf child. And this is a lesson I'm going to teach her. You do not go out on this holiday. This is not our day. This is not what we're doing. So yeah, that's what I do.
Great.
Yeah, so that's the kind of shit I turn down now, which is I'm really glad I do.
All right, last question.
Okay.
And these are good questions.
These are great questions.
Yeah.
I love these questions.
Last one is, have you ever not finished a set?
Oh, yes. Okay, I guess I finished that one. Okay, yes. There's one time I did not finish a set. I don't play this club anymore, so I'll talk about them. I don't even know if they're still around. It's the Comedy Factory in Baltimore. Do they still go?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Magoobies now.
Yeah, I play Magoobies. It's on my tour schedule. You can go to bradwilliamscomedy.com and see when I'm coming to a city near you. So they tell me, they say, all right, it's Saturday is a 3-show night, and I'm like, cool. Done that before. It's not my preference. I like doing 2. Obviously I like doing 1 and making a ton of money that night, but sure, if that's your thing, I do 3. And then they tell me, they go, just so you know, the opening act told me this, not the club. The opening act told me, he's a good comic out there. His name is Alabama. I will plug him.
Okay.
He's a very large black man. He's from Alabama. His name is Alabama. He does comedy in Baltimore. Great guy.
Love it.
Very funny. And he goes, hey man, just so you know, the late show, the midnight show is all you can drink. And I'm like, all you can drink? He goes, yeah. You pay like $30 and then you just drink as much as you want. And I'm like,
what a horrible thing.
That's not a good idea. No, like I see the look on your face because you're a comedian, and I'm like, that's not good.
I don't even like them forcing 2 on them.
No, I'm like, hey, have 1.
Yeah.
Let's have 1 and chill.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's all you can drink. And I'm like, wait a minute. So people don't come for the comedy. They go, no, they don't come for the comedy. So the club in Baltimore is just, these are people that want to get lit.
Yeah.
And I go on stage and I'm doing my set, and a guy walks up on stage and starts doing the Dougie right next to me. He's just dancing.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like, oh, okay. And then I kind of make fun of him a little bit, do a couple of slams that go well. He is unaffected by my jokes.
Yeah.
He just keeps dancing.
Yeah.
He's just up there. He's dancing. And I'm looking around the club like, is anyone going to come? No one's going to come. This is me.
Yeah. The staff also paid the $30.
Yeah. They're getting blitzed. So like, I'm just like, oh, okay. And I do a few more jokes, and literally I tapped out after like 15 minutes. I gave him 50. I was scheduled to do 45 hours.
Yeah.
I was 15. I was like, I'm done. There's nothing going right here.
Yeah.
I'm done. So I say, you guys. I remember I ended it with, you guys were here. Okay. And then I left. Not you guys were great. I'm not going to lie to you. You guys were here. And I go to the owner and I go, man, I couldn't. There was nothing. And then the owner said something to me that infuriated me even more. He goes, don't worry about it. With this late show, it happens all the time. And I'm like, then why are you doing it?
Why are you doing it, and why is your staff not pulling people off the stage?
Why are you? It's like that is one of my pet peeves of all businesses. When I go like, oh, hey, it says you guys do, I don't know, ravioli. It's filled with, but it doesn't say it's filled with cheese. It says it's filled with like raw carrots. Like, why are you doing that? You should get it with cheese instead. They go, yeah, everyone asks for that. Well, fucking A. If everyone's asking for it, do it.
Yeah.
Do that.
Or how about when I'm on hold? Were you not expecting calls today? Like you're an airline. People are trying to, in a timely manner, get on a flight that's delayed. Yeah. And you don't have enough operators.
Yeah. Getting like whenever I hear, everyone wonders that, like, oh, hey, it's 10:05. Can I still get the breakfast? No, we don't serve it anymore. We stop at 10. And you're like, well, you should keep serving breakfast. I know. Everyone asks. Stop it. Do the thing that everyone asks. So it's like, I tell him I did 15 minutes, and I'm sorry. He goes, yeah, every comic does that. Well, fuck, you should stop doing that. You should. So all I'm saying is, come see me at Magoobies. It's a great club, and the last time I was there, the owner,
great dude,
great guy,
whole family works.
Yeah, great guy. He called me in the back after my sets, and he goes, "You drink whiskey?" And I go, "Yeah, I love whiskey." And then he goes, "Have you ever had Pappy Van Winkle?" And I go, At that point, no, I have not had Pappy Van Winkle go. He goes, I got some. Do you want to have a glass of Pappy with me? I'm like, fuck yes.
Is that a famous whiskey?
That is a very expensive whiskey.
Yeah.
That is. It's way overpriced, but it's still good.
Nice.
And it was delightful.
That's amazing.
And he's a great dude, great family, great club. And so come see me at Magoobies.
Well, here's where else you can see him. He's going to be coming to CB Live in Phoenix on February 24th.
Yep.
A couple shows there.
Yep.
And then on March 2nd, he will be at Just for Laughs
in London. I'm going to London. I've never done stand-up in London before. So if you have any people that are... And then here's the thing. I know as soon as I get back... When are you coming to London? That's going to happen. So go see me in London.
March 9th, 10th, and 11th at the Louisville Comedy Club.
Can't wait for that one.
March 17th. Oh, you are working on March 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Yeah.
Or 17th, 18th at Hilarities in Cleveland.
Yes, I'm going there.
19th in Lexington.
Yep.
And then on the 30th, you'll be at the Columbus Funny Bone, and that goes through to the April 1st.
Yeah, man.
April 6th in Spokane through the 8th.
Let's go.
April 13th in the Comedy Works South in Denver, 13th through the 15th.
Favorite gig of the year.
So just go to bradwilliams.com.
bradwilliamscomedy.com.
bradwilliamscomedy.com.
Some fucking lawyer in South Carolina has bradwilliams.com. Screw him.
And I can tell you right now, America, if you have not seen Brad Williams live, it is engaging. It is hysterical. This guy gives 1,000%. He's one of the best comics in the country.
Thank you. I'm trying, man.
So, keep it up, man.
Thank you.
There's a reason why your shows are selling out, because when people see you, they come back and they bring people the next time you come to town.
It's really nice when I'm doing that merch line, and I talk about, like, sometimes it's shitty, but sometimes people come up and go, this is my third time seeing you, this is my fourth time seeing you, I brought my friends. I'm just like, that is cool. That's
awesome.
That is really great. So I talk shit about the meet and greet, but I like doing it. I like seeing and hearing the stories. It's just the rare.
Keep it tight. Keep it tight.
It's like an audience member. You could be a great audience, but that one dude in the front row that's fucking trying to ruin it. Like, now you're just focused on that. So the vast majority of people are fantastic. And man, come get tickets. Buy them before the week of, because now I'm starting to sell out. I want to make sure you get tickets. And dude, when I got that message from you to come on the pod, I was happy. There's a lot of podcasts where I'm like, all right, here's what we do on our podcast. We smoke weed out of a gas mask, then we do a cryo chamber, and then we spin around.
And we need you to write an essay on pollution.
Yeah. And then you spin around on the bat like you're doing drunken softball, and then I ask you questions about politics. No, I'm not doing those. I used to do those.
I'm just going to tee you up for bombing stories for an hour. That's all I do.
Which I love. I love telling bombing stories, because for the most part, I don't really do that anymore, and every now and then. But so I do. The bombing stories are the like. I don't want to hear about you going home to Boston at a homecoming show and fucking destroying at the Wilbur Theater and getting a 9-minute standing ovation. Yeah. I don't want to hear that story. I want to hear about you going to a biker bar and fucking
Late Show Friday
and getting shit thrown at you. That's what I want to hear. Those are the best stories. Those are the best stories.
All right. Well, thanks, man. It's been a while. I'm glad you finally came on. I think this is your first time on the podcast. Second time. Okay.
I got to go to your house before.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
I've been to the house in Venice. Your palatial estate.
Yeah, palatial.
Yeah. It's lovely. I saw the guest home. I saw the butler's quarters.
The butler's quarters are very nice.
Very fancy.
Yeah.
You're doing very well.
It's good to have a butler, but a man needs a maid. All right, Brad Williams, thank you so much.
Thanks, pal.
See ya.